It's time for me to give you the tip, baby. Yep, all 3 of them. What? All right, let's go. let's go get our cash here. First things first, let's grab some cash. As per usual, I like to drop in, grab my money, my cash money, and get this goddamn party started. Sorry, I'm penning a message. All right. So I like to head over this direction. This is my usual go. My little drop spot right here. As we go, I'm gonna check behind me, see if anybody's coming with me. It looks like we're good. Oh, look at me, we're the quacking. I think instead of landing at that first one there, just for the sake of getting cash, I'm gonna land at this one, and then we're gonna come back to the one that's right there. Now, you might not be knowing what I'm talking about, but there's little hidden loot caches right here, okay? All right. If you're watching this as a video, if you're watching this as a stream, you've seen me do this like 8 times because I've died every time I tried to win the game. But it's okay. That's all right. Ain't nobody got to know about that. Now, I've got about $7,000. That was actually extremely quick. If you look down here at my health, you can see I've got 7 grand. We will hit this and get enough cash. And what do you know? A Bruin as well. So let's get rid of that DG. Well, we'll take the Guardian. I already have a durable gas mask, but we have $14,000. So normally what I would tell people is to just grab one gun, like grab an SMG, save the rest of your cash, grab a UAV out of it. But with me having $14,000, ooh, and a little bit of plates right there. Let's toss that. Go in here, grab your loadout. Now I'm going to tell you a little secret about efficiency. When you're in here, don't go down and over. What you want to do is go down and to the left. That is your fastest route. Down and to the left to get your loadout. That's how you're going to get it. Now, I would say on controller, there's a little bit of lag. So you got to be kind of careful. For some reason, it can mess you up entirely and buy something completely different. So be very, very careful. Let me pop that. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Let's get rid of this too, honestly. Drop that. We're gonna grab a UAV. I don't want to self-revive. If I die, I'll go to the gulag. It's fine. I'm not that worried about it. If I grab a self-revive somewhere else, that's great. But I don't think it's worth it to grab any sort of self-revive from the buy. Now, I will note, Loudish, thank you for the 5. Let's go. I will note.
Just the tip for you, brother.
We have to go in pretty far right here. So let's go ahead and get this party rolling. We're going to start working our way to 54. Now, if you're in a team-based game, there's a truck that spawns right there every single time, and I would recommend taking that just to get inside the circle. I keep checking over and over to see where it's at. Yes, there is a guy right here, which you can see, but I'm not going to go fight that. That's a goofy thing to do, to be quite honest. So let's keep going. Let's get on out of here. I could be looting on the way, but personally, I like to do what a lot of people call run straight in. Yeah, no, seriously, it makes the most sense to just get inside the circle. A lot of the times people think that, oh, I can just run in as the circle closes. But the problem is someone's on the other side of that circle waiting for you to come in, and they're going to kill you. And that's my goal. I'm going to be that guy today. I'm looking over here, and technically speaking, this is in right here. I'm sorry I keep opening the map. It's got to be incredibly annoying. I get that, but it's just information. You have to have information as to where things are, where people are. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to rotate over this direction, and most likely we will run into, oh, look at that. You see that? We're going to run into a guy over here. So let's get over here. This is in right here, but the circle's going to move in a minute, which kind of sucks. I can hear the guy across clomping his feet, so we kind of have to be careful here. See that guy right there? There's another guy closer. Watch this. Nade. Nade's gonna not hit. But what I can do... You see all these people in the UAV, by the way? There's literally a guy under us. That guy's a psychopath. Jesus, dude. Still got a guy coming in over there. Actually, what I'm gonna do... Get that kill. Take that kill as well. I only got a knock on one of them, so we're waiting for him to get up. Here's another smoke. Or another self. Now that puts us in a weird spot, because what I really need to do is plate up. Ooh, this is good. Let's toss that on the ground. Now, you'll notice on my weapons, I'm rocking an SZ Holotherm. That's the sight that we have on this thing. And the reason why is because everybody runs smokes, and I'm so tired of it. As I pick up a smoke that I'm definitely going to use because I'm an a-hole. Smokes are broken in this game, truthfully, because if you don't know, when you are using a smoke, when someone is shooting at you while you're in a smoke, there is no aim assist on the things that are in a smoke. If you're on a controller, you will lose aim assist inside of a smoke. Now, at the edge of the smoke, where it's a little wispy, but it's not completely thick and foggy, you still get aim assist. You won't be able to tell exactly where that is. It's just not possible. But I would keep it in mind. So if you want to fight somebody inside of a smoke, try and draw them out just a little bit to the edge of it so that you can get the aim assist. Make sure you're moving so that you can get all the rotational that you need. You see that guy right there? He's an absolute goofball for thinking that he's going to kill me like that. But the thing is he could drop down and try and fight me. He is not going to drop down and try and fight me. Look at this guy. Look at him running the other way. What a little weirdo. So a second ago, what I was talking about is rotations. I really want to focus in on that because rotations are possibly the most important part of this game. And while I have the opportunity, I'm actually just going to go ahead and get smack dab in the middle of the circle. Because the further in on the circle that you are, the better off you probably are. Now, yes, there's probably going to be more gunfights. However, you don't have to engage in those gunfights. You can put yourself in a better position. Just stay alive. That's all you got to do. And you're going to have a good time. Now, I, on the other hand, am probably going to engage in a couple of gunfights. But I'm going to show you right here a cool little place that you can jump up to the top of this building without having to take the ladder. And you can get a jump on people by doing that. See the guy right there. Pop a couple of shots at that guy. I live tagged him, but it looks like I can't shoot him through the wall. So let's take this zip line. Got another guy right there. He's going to probably jump inside the building. Now, I'm trying to get those two guys to fight. So if I pop some shots at them, they might think that they're getting shot by each other. But I'm not super interested in engaging close range with that. First of all, I need to actually drop that, put that in our inventory. I'm going to get as many smokes as possible because we're going to use smokes to our advantage. That guy's going up the ladder right there, almost guaranteed. Watch. Hold on. See? Nope, maybe not. Okay, he didn't go up the ladder. That's awkward on my part. So that guy right there, close the doors. That's information. Got a guy right there. Got a guy right there. You know what? They're being a little weird. They look like they're a little slow. And I'm not saying that like in a mental capacity. I mean like physically. Well, that guy's a little quick. But physically in the game, I think they're going to be a little slower. That guy's sniping at a guy like right there. I think, actually, I'm going to take this gunfight. Because he's rocking a sniper, but it doesn't really tell me what his other gun is. So let's pull out this kill streak. Toss that right there. And the second I went in, he was switching weapons. That is incredible timing, to be quite honest. Always reload before you plate, unless you're in a situation where you need to, like where you have the ability to switch weapons. So basically, let's say you're in a close range engagement, like right here. If I'm in a close range engagement and I need to reload my SMG, I'm gonna do that before I plate because you can get shots on and save yourself. But if you can't shoot, you can't shoot. Like it is what it is. So always try and reload first. You'll see that I switch back and forth, but I try and weigh which one is going to be a little bit better. We are on UAV. If you look at the map, we've got a little red square around it. So got to keep that in mind. There should be a guy over this direction, but I've got a PA, so I'm going to use that to run just a little bit quicker. You know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to go back to the building that has both of the zips attached to it. Let's hold this. Heartbeat sensor is not showing anybody, so let's get inside this building. Again, a lot of people are going to tell you need to get as many kills as possible. That's not true. When you're playing Call of Duty, your skill is not based on the amount of eliminations you're able to get. Your skill is based on your game sense, the way that you position yourself, the gunfights that you take, and obviously kills come from that. But oh my god, that guy's got a riot shield. See that? And he's got high alert. Interesting. The second I looked at him, he instantly moved, and that's how I know he's got high alert, because I don't think he just naturally saw me up here. But game sense is a big deal. Knowing when to rotate, how to rotate, what positions to take, memorizing how people push, memorizing where people are going to hide, stuff like that is a big deal. So don't worry about the eliminations you get. Worry about memorization. And I know that sounds goofy, but genuinely, memorizing the game And everything that people do and the way that people do it, why people do it, is going to be better for your skill than running around and dropping 20 kills. Because at the end of the day, if you drop 20 kills and you lose, you still lost. So make sure that you're focused up on learning what people do. And a lot of that does come from just running around like an absolute chicken with its head cut off. I was going to say an absolute goober, but I thought about it a little bit more. However, you don't have to do that. If you're trying to go for a win, go for a win, focus up and put yourself in a position to succeed. Like right now, what I'm doing is I'm just waiting to see where the circle is going to go, and I'm getting sniped. But I don't know who's sniping. So we're kind of looking around. Let's lay down again, check our heartbeat. Nobody on that side. Check the heartbeat again. And heartbeats, by the way, are absolutely broken. And I mean absolutely broken. And if you're not using it, you are missing out. These things are insane for putting yourself in a good position. Guys down below, I think he's on this floor or on the second floor over there. We're not going to fight these guys. We could actually. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys a neat little trick. First, when you go up, pull your parachute and then drop back down. I'm supposed to take care of that guy. Get rid of that guy. We're going to smoke out. Take underneath. We got to close off our audio because this guy's being an absolute weirdo. I'm going to PA the building. He's going to rotate or he might push me, one or the other. He must be sitting inside. So the reason I decided to push that is because I noticed that he was... Oh, okay, Wesley. Why did you take the roof there? That doesn't even make any sense. The reason I decided to push that is that I noticed that I could take that top, have a position of high ground, and use that as a head glitch, which is basically where they can only see your head and not your body. And it worked out. Oh my God. So I blew up the C4 that was over there, so I don't have to worry about the C4 anymore. But I don't have another nade. So I have this. He's not in there. What I'm going to do is drop right here. He's not going to expect me in this room. He's probably thinking that I'm still up top or I'm on the bottom.
Move it.
This is actually super interesting. We're gonna close that. I don't know what's going on. You'd figure. So he just knows that I'm here now. Like, there's no way around it. He does. I'm gonna take the ladder up. Got a smoke right there. This is like hella weird, to be quite honest. What the? Oh my God, that body moved. That scared the pee out of me, dude. Holy. I really, well, this guy's just camped out. Let's close this door. Let's grab the medic. He's just camping bottom floor. That's what he's doing. Oh, no. I didn't get around the corner. That's tough. I spent so long trying to find that guy, and I think he just rotated. But, like, at no point could I hear him. And when I say that, that's a big deal. That is a big deal, because I can pretty much hear everything going on. So, I don't know how he got away in that situation. If there's a way to be completely dead silent, because even crouching doesn't make you silent. Yeah, it is very odd that that man got in that position. I don't know if that was even the same guy. I don't think that it was. I think there was a third party, but I still don't know how I didn't hear that guy come up. So I'm going to show you guys how I win gulags. That works out perfectly. What we are looking for is on the right hand side. It's going to pop up everything we have in our inventory. We are holding a smoke grenade. Now, as long as this guy doesn't push, gonna do that. Gonna toss another smoke, toss another smoke. We're gonna grab this cash just because I think that's a great idea. Jump, take this, and they can't fight it. The second that you see that rope pull down, you can jump and skip the animation to hop on it. If you jump, that's what that does. And then be absolutely fine whenever you go to grab it. Now, the only thing is my loadout's in the worst possible position. So what I'm going to do is land on the rooftop of this and see if I do have a smoke. I don't have a smoke. Hey, big man.
Gas is moving.
Hey, big man, what you doing? You mind? Jeez, oh, Lou. All right. We're going to use that smoke to get out of there. We do have restock on, so we're not super worried about it. But I do need plates is kind of the problem. The only thing is if you look at the mini map right over here, there's a guy in that. Yep. Knew it. Really? 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 It's a flashbang. I need a smoke. I need that guy's plates. They're fighting. I'm going to go out, grab it, grab the smoke, go back inside. We got 11 plates off of that guy's body. Got to stay alive here. Should have a guy on the left-hand side over there. We saw him sitting on top of that building over there. Got a fighter over there.
Almost done here.
We're looking around, looking for this guy. We don't want to put ourselves in a bad spot. We've got a pretty decent position. That guy can just sit right there, but we don't want to over challenge anything. My concern is this guy's just camped up in this building. So I'm just going to ADS. There's no way they're shooting at me. I know that for a fact. Because they're fighting each other over there. It'd be super weird to shoot at some random guy. Now, I've got 6 eliminations. We are not worried about getting a ton of kills. Hold that. We have a VT7 suppressor on our gun, which means I don't show up on the minimap when I shoot. So we're just trying to use that to our advantage. You see that? You see that right there? You see him right there?
Gas moving in.
You see his little wiggles out right there? What a goober. Okay, so this guy should try and fight us in a minute. Let's get a reload. I don't want to get caught in a situation that's going to get me killed for any reason. I got an assist, which means someone that doesn't know I'm here is going to push up. We're not worried about that car. Take a breath. Get your jitters out. So that guy took the LTV. He dropped out of the car and took the LTV, which is a great play on his part. He's going to take the bridge. We have no reason to move. That guy should technically be like right there or rotating to the left.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
Checking over that direction. It looks like he smoked something over there. We're in a kind of perfect position for the circle if you look. We're literally dead center. Well, mostly dead center. We're just chilling. Make sure you're reloaded on everything, Expel. Guy had SMG right there. Oh, you see him? See him? Sniper. Grab that. We actually want the gas mask too. We're fine. So the guy was a little bit further back there with a sniper. He's sitting right behind that vehicle. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and toss a nade. Nade shouldn't hit. Yeah, I was going to say. There's a guy on my left. I'm telling you, I think there's a guy right there. Guy's got good shots. This man had all the nades. What the hell? Get a reload. He's gonna have to take the cross.
Marking a new safe zone.
Gotta think I'm cheating. He took the roof right there. 1v1v1 situation.
Gas is closing in.
I'm gonna toss a smoke right here and die because I can't get to the roof. Literally all of that was just positioning. I'm gonna move. And the goal is to hop right here.
Showing my appreciation for teaching the biggest
Can we
squad
take the
in
roof?
Warzone how to get plus
Nade?
10 kills per match and destroy with throwing knives. You and
Take
Brocky
that.
are the only two people
Guess you're
I'm
not that lucky,
subscribed
huh?
to. Wish you both
And get the win,
best.
baby. It's literally just all about positioning right there. At the end, we were just super focused on taking that high ground and getting an absolute W. Oh my God. Holy crap. Poncho with 100. Oh, that's how you win a game, baby. That's how you win a game. It's all about positioning, using your smokes, using your weapons to your advantage, and that is a freaking W, baby.